Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Capsule Cast. I'm your host for today, Anthony, with my co host, Destiny,
Hello.
my other co host and coach of androids, coach of my team, Donut,
Hello, hello.
along with our very, very special guest, fan, and we love to have him on the Capsule Cast, coach of Derp, Fiora.
Hi.
All right, boys. Well, now that we got the introductions out of the way, you ready to move on to match one? Get this ball rolling?
Yeah.
Let's do
All
it.
right. Match one, we have Resurrected Warriors versus the Sentai Squad. This was another dominant showing by Sentai Squad, pulling out the big guns, aka Judan, not having to use Murktau, and kind of. It was a pretty rough battle. They were just stomping on RW until M Vegeta came in, did a 61k at the end. Kind of made Jace look like a chump, not gonna lie. But, you know, Sentai Squad a dub over stats, I guess. All the All Stars have been decided, so people aren't that focused on stats anymore, and we'll get into that. Let's start with Fiora. How you feel about these teams, Fiora? Feel like you've had experience with both of them at some point.
It's as if they're two of the teams that curb stomped me the hardest this season. uh, yeah. So for Resurrected Warriors, they're just in this very weird spot right now. Like, just based off of their reputation from last season, you would think they would be a lot more dominant than they are, but the record doesn't lie. They're 3-6, and that
Yeah.
goes for the rest of North Kai.
North Kai's kind of floating right now.
And as for Sentai, on one hand, I'm glad that they're doing well because historically Sentai and the Ginyu Force have always been one of, if not the weakest teams in the league.
Yeah, I'm
It's
glad
just-
they're getting their shit together.
Yeah, my main problem is now this is just a very minor thing, but Birder's charge rate buff plus Jiren. I feel like that might be a bit much. Like just like not even like get rid of all of Birder's buffs, just maybe undo his charge rate buff. That might because Sentai's look at the they
I
might
mean-
be a bit overtuned. I don't know.
I don't think
I think it's
so.
hard to judge. It's only one season.
They got a good FA.
Yeah, it
they got
is.
Jiren right now. They got
Uh,
weak links in their roster.
You say that, but Tao has been useless for Sentai. I've been doing the tier
Not
lists,
really.
and he's been sub 30k every week, except the one time he went elite.
Hey man, sometimes not everybody can do 70k every week.
Yeah.
You just kind of need the guy who can do his job,
He's not doing his job though.
How is Sentai that strong if he's not doing his job?
It just means everyone else is carrying him. Which is really funny because he was definitely a hot pick for an FA because of last season, and now he's doing really badly.
Sentai just seems strong right now because they got a lot of their characters working. But to be honest, it's only the three: Jiren, Saiyaman, Birder. But let's move on to Donut as we're both
What?
in South Kai. How do you feel about Sentai?
Hold up, just one quick thing, too.
Oh,
Saiyaman, what a dark horse this season.
true.
Because like historically, he's always just been kind of middle of the road to below average, but he has been absolutely bonkers this season. I don't know what Sentai did to pump him up. I don't know. Maybe he and Videl are doing some special things, giving him that motivation. I don't know.
That new movie.
But good on
coming out.
him.
Got him hyped. It's a new movie. Donut, what are you thinking, man? Give us the Android perspective.
Yeah, I'm very scared. Very, very scared by Sentai. I definitely can't see us losing to them in our divisional later this season. But it is mainly those three big heavy hitters, right? They have three people currently in the top 12 of the standings for the rankings, with Jiren, Saiyaman, and Butter, but it's not just them. Like, Muk Tao can be a menace with the The spam of the B2s, that just is very oppressive, very Tien oriented in that type of playstyle. Or Cybertel, obviously, same sort of kit there. But not saying we don't have answers to them, but Sentai is just seems to be on another level. We see Jiren do those 9K B2s over and over and over in a constant loop, very Videl style of the loop. It's very intimidating, right? So huge blow up for them, obviously, from previous seasons. Jiren came in as an expected heavy hitter, and he's proving up to that standard. So from a staff perspective, that's good to see how it's operating as intended. Then you look at RW from one of the scariest teams in the past few seasons to a below average team is kind of really jarring in a sense. They have Vegeta, they have Maju, so they have some heavy hitters, right? People you can't imagine going elite, can't imagine doing all stars level performances. They just have not hit the stride yet. So hopefully they have 6 weeks here to try to kind of shift the narrative a bit, and they can still end up with a positive record. So you just turn on 1 week and find the right build or find a new AI and it clicks, then you're golden, right? So I'm curious how to do it.
I agree with everything you said except one caveat. Androids don't fear Jiren. We're good.
I do. I
We're
fear him a little bit.
We're a unified front and we're fine. Now Destiny.
Okay.
Tell me what you think about these teams, if any thoughts at all going through your head.
I think RW's just been hitting a wall, and that wall has been a little bit too thick. Now Sentai, I already fought them. I already lost them. Those don't matter to me much. But I will say, yeah, prepare for Jiren to be in for the rest of the season.
I am. I'm not worried. Let's
Should
move
be.
on.
You really should be.
You gotta compete with him.
Nah, bro. We're on some 12-step plan type stuff. You're not ready for it. But let's move on.
Yo, the
to
secret
match-
attack 19 for that divisional. Is that what I'm hearing?
Can't wait for it.
Well, 19 can handle Jiren in his
Yeah,
sleep.
19 versus Jiren, that's the ultimate.
Easy
battle.
peasy. Let's move on to match number 2.
I'm just playing that match
know.
in my head right now. That would be so bad.
I know Fiora is
19-1.
Yeah.
I know Fiora is excited about this one. We got Derp versus the hybrids. Now this was the 8-1 hybrids showing why they're 8-1. They're Team Gohan at this point. They've gone back to the Gohans and they are showing why they are so good and so oppressive. Unfortunately, Derp had to be the recipient today, but it seems like they expected it since you guys benched Hercule, right, Fiora? Or what are your thoughts going on this match?
Yeah, so my thoughts going into the match were hybrids are really scary, kind of, their record is kind of insane. They've been kind of insane in their matches, 3 elites, a lot of 3-man, 2-man wins, even without the elites. So I just figured, okay, even if I put in effort here, my team is probably still going to get absolutely slammed into the pavement. So just take the loss. Even if I do win, it's unlikely I'll be able to catch up to them win-loss wise. And it's not like I'm super far behind anyone in terms of win-loss rates. So just take the loss, save the Zenny for the divisional against Rugrats. And get that second Hercule bench in while I'm at it.
No, I get that. Donut, you have any thoughts on hybrids?
And
How you
hybrids,
feeling about them? We
Hey,
did take a massive L to them.
yes. They are damn scary. Easily the best team, I think, overall right now in the league is how all their characters are performing. Yeah, it's just like, what do? You have old Gohan, you have Teen Gohan, you have Future, you have Nam who does elite randomly, and yeah, it's very intimidating to face them. The caveat is we don't know how they work in a full 5-man unit, so come playoff time, that could be a little problematic. I don't think they built for 5, they built for 4 for now.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be a thing to look out for, and maybe a way to exploit a weakness or two.
I agree.
But that would be time to tell, right? They could show up that weakness, next 2 weeks and be fine, right? But yeah, it's easily best team right now in my opinion for the league. For Derp's side, just tough matchup, right? I mean, it's hybrids. It's as Fiora said, is a sort of a expected loss. That's why you bench Hercule, but you don't bench Hercule if you think you're gonna win.
True.
And the record doesn't show right now, but I do think that they can still squeak into playoffs if I know my standings correctly, and I should.
Currently, my team is tied with Budokai, and I won the divisional.
Yeah, so you are sitting perfectly fine. You're still even with Budokai the entire season. You can both go 3 and 12 and still make it. So that
Yeah.
is... Now you don't want to go 3 and 12, but you can if you want to choose that option.
Westsky, considering that there is an 8-1 team, at near the second, third, and fourth spots, they're pretty close. They're not too far away from each other, so you never know what might happen. While hybrids may get the bye week, RW got the bye week last season and they lost the first time they fought, so things can happen in a 5-man. You never know. You have any thoughts, Destiny, or you just chilling on this one?
I don't think I've. Yeah, Derp is certainly a team that I thought could come in and make hybrids lose, take another L, but yeah, I don't really have much to say. Like, hybrids kind of, as Donut said, kind of proved themselves to be the best team currently. That can change. That can change in the future because, as you said, people have made it to
And
playoffs.
the best team, yes.
No, you lost to hybrids. Shut up.
That was old androids. We're different now.
But what is it? As you said, a team can make it to playoffs via bye week and then just immediately lose first time they come in. But I will stay. Still their only loss. My team, not scared at all. Totally.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully you can make it to them come playoff time, huh?
If I even get the playoffs.
Tough competition. Well, since we're hanging out in Westsky, why don't we go on to the next match, which was another divisional match number 3, Budokai versus Rugrats, where surprisingly to me, Budokai, with the help of the 3 kings and 1 queen, I guess. It's 2 kings, 1 queen. Yeah, they took down Rugrats, 18, Kid Goku, and Vegito. Shocking everyone, Kid Goku beating up Goten like it was nothing. And First Form Frieza being the only one to hit over 40k on that team. So, rough week for Rugrats, but solid week for Budokai. Videl might be a little dead weight, but that's okay. Fiora, how do you feel about your 2 Kai mates here? Who's scarier, in your opinion?
Definitely Rugrats, but that's probably because I beat Budokai, so that fear factor is not quite there.
Yeah.
They also just have a much scarier lineup in my eyes because you have Aurelie, the demon child. Although she hasn't been that great this season, but any day if she feels like it, she can just pop off. Trunks, the monster that's always insane every season and can work with basically anything because he's on a B1 Super Plus 2 build. Goten with his illegal tag, which I don't know why tagging inflicts 15,000 damage to his enemies. I don't get it.
It hurts when he calls in his family.
Yeah.
And then, you have Cell Jr. Yeah, he's rarely ever been strong, but the rest of the team is kind of strong enough to where his weakness doesn't affect him. Pan, she's not a factor this season, so whatever. Frieza, very weirdly strong. I don't know why.
He's good. First form's good. Probably the second or third best form of Frieza.
Third best at least.
I'm not sure on that.
I'd say
Like, I'm
third.
pretty sure if you talk,
you got final,
I'm
full
pretty
power.
sure if you talk to Cold about this, they would highly disagree.
No, I think
no.
they will. I think they love him. I think they don't like second and third form.
Yeah, after talking with the Gold's coach a lot, second and third form are definitely the lowest two.
Because I mean, there's only 5 forms. Final, which is the best, and then full power. Then first form, it's not, it's not that crazy. As Destiny knows, second form might be a false prophet,
It was never a profit. Shut up.
I don't know, you guys gassed him up a lot.
I didn't.
Remember when FA Frieza was like the best in the league in the first third last season, and then he did nothing the rest?
Yeah, he was like a 70k average or something like
He
that.
only did good.
I remember,
He only did good.
everybody was saying he's different. He's the GOAT.
He only did he only did good in 3 weeks.
Yeah, sometimes all you need.
Dona, how you feeling about future opponent Rugrats for us? What do you think about them?
Not a fan. Not a fan. Tell you how much.
Not a fan.
Not a
Coach
fan.
is gonna hate you.
Yeah, I know. Rayleigh and Kid Trunks, I'm not a fan. Definitely not. They always beat us. Not always, but like vast majority of the time they do. So
Future Androids member? Maybe.
Maybe?
That probably ain't happening.
Probably not happening, but maybe. No, there's a chance.
That I mean, there's potentially 2 future Androids members on that team.
So you're saying there's a chance. Can't wait. But yeah, so I think Rugrats will be a tough opponent. Always are. Always seem to have a number. So I am hopeful, but not very optimistic in that matchup. For Budokai though, we've already faced them, I believe.
Yep.
And I believe we won that game. So
We only
big
big dub.
Yeah, big dubs there. But yeah, so they're looking pretty good. Especially off this performance, right? Divisional match, really huge. Keep themselves tied with Derp. They just need to find a few more wins, where Derp finds a few more losses, and then they should be pretty solidified for playoffs. They really need to have Videl not do 20k though. That'd be helpful, right?
True.
18 doing 54. That's much more like what we used to see, right? And Kid as well, just doing his thing. He's been very slumping this kind of season. He's been off and on, right? So to have a performance like this is really good, and shut down the Red Reds game plan with the Goten. Does Goten win Elite one week, right? He has an Elite as well. So yeah, to shut down an Elite member is very nice, obviously.
And then Kid Trunks being top 10.
Yeah.
Kid Trunks being number 1.
That's
Yes,
ultimate.
Two.
Yeah, that goes to Ultimate Gohan, good sir. Do not take it away from him.
Yeah, Mr. Gohan over there.
So shout out to Budokai. That new 18 build is cracked. We'll see how it works on other androids. And good luck, Rugrats. West Kai's getting kind of spicy.
It is.
Let's move on to match number 4.
By the way, congrats. One thing, I forgot to mention this. By the way, congrats Budokai for having the biggest dark horse voted into the All-Stars, Videl.
Sure. The Videl propaganda was pretty ingrained. It's propaganda.
It's not propaganda.
The amount of times I heard that Videl made Royals good.
I mean, no,
when they had baby Vegeta on their team.
As of this recording, the All-Star teams deciding on which characters they want hasn't been fully decided. Whoever gets Videl, give her the tomboy haircut and you'll win. Trust me. Tomboy supremacy here.
Okay.
We'll see. I agree with the tomboy cut though.
Interesting enough, if it ended after week 9 for the voting, for the nominations and all, Videl would not have made it. She'd been at 45k. That's kind of wild.
It's kind of like, maybe she wasn't meant for it, but...
Damn, okay, alright.
I'm a hater.
Yeah, that'd be...
Sega Man should have been in instead.
Yeah, close. Yeah, close.
He should have. I'm a hater.
We'll talk about
Let's,
that later.
yeah, true. Let's move on to
Yeah,
match number.
hi. I didn't say my piece. I know you're tired, but like, come on.
Oh, I thought you didn't want to talk this one. Okay.
No, that was like a couple casts ago. Like,
Okay. Hey, you didn't want to say much about Derp Hybrids. I thought, okay.
I
What do you got to
no,
say,
it's because I
Destiny?
didn't really have much to say about Derp Hybrids.
What? Enlighten me, does what's? Tell me. Give me the dissertation on Budokai versus Rugrats.
You know, but Videl trying to, just waiting for her time to shine. That defense minus that she normally has, kind of not great versus burst damage. Hello? Oh, sorry, I have to be right back. Just move on, please. Yeah, move on.
Okay.
That's
We want to
definitely.
move on.
Match 4.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just skip over what this guy has to say.
oh, see,
Yeah.
like I need to speak on match.
So someone
Never
knocked
mind.
someone knocked on my door. That's why.
Match
Dino.
4. Match 4. We got Royals, the 2021 champions, versus Earth Defenders. Here's a match. We don't have Earth Defender stats, but they won. It was a Goku show. It was Goku Party.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is kind of showing the cracks in Royals Foundation. You know, I think they have very strong characters who have very high peaks, but I also think a lot of their guys aren't up to as great a shape as people maybe thought they would be. And I think we're seeing that now. It's still competitive in East Kai though. Like the lowest team has just 2 wins away from Royals, which is insane to think about, considering they were 0-6. Uh,
Yeah.
so I'm looking at ED. I'm glad they got the win. I'm Royals. You had your time in the sun, 2020 championships, but I like to see a different team rise.
Mhm.
What do you have to say about these teams, Donut? We beat
Um.
both of them.
Yeah, we did play both of them, and it's actually kind of very insane to think about how close the matches are, or the division is, right?
Mm-hmm.
For Royals in that. Do you almost like think they're a shoe-in after being champions? Like, oh, there's them make it again, be fine, but
They're gonna make it,
they
yeah.
they could not make it. It's a very realistic chance. So that's something you have to actually kind of be concerned about if you're on the Royals camp side. Um, Metacooler kind of just carrying the team right now in this week. Not enough obviously, but he's carrying the team. Slud, and what was that Tampering? They ain't doing it, man. There's
The Namekians failing
letting
them.
you down. It's just I don't know, tell you. Maybe don't put a mech in it. I don't know. Is that the play? I don't know.
Maybe try to get King Vegeta for Slug next year
Oh,
instead,
maybe.
maybe.
Maybe that's a play. I don't know. That could be a play.
Maybe. That's a
Uh,
play.
yeah. So the I think Royals will still be fine. I think they'll be able to pick it back up. They still have Margin GG. They still have meta. We've seen Slud clutch many a matches before. It's still very doable. They're still in a fine spot, so I wouldn't be too concerned. But there's some sort of like, hey guys, we need to pick up the pace a little bit, like kind of get our shit together, And
Yeah.
that, do you think you have a lot of time to get things together? But you have 6 weeks, and then you have playoffs, right? If you make it, so there's not a whole lot of time to fix builds and such, right? Um, so you gotta start a panic if one of your characters starts to tumble a little bit. On the other defender's side, though, other defenders, I think I can find stats for these guys. Yeah, so everyone basically did 45k or above. Tian rocked it with like 54,000 damage,
Nice.
hitting 75% of his B2s. That's pretty damn good. Not gonna
That
lie,
is dope.
that is pretty damn good. So Tian, nice to see him getting back up to what we know him to be. He had some tough early weeks, right? Then he did well against 17, and now here against Royal. So started back into the form that we know ED can do, right? And we always consider ED as this playoff team, very consistent playoff team. and now that they're starting to put up some of the weaker pieces, right? And the Gokus aren't just fucking up at a time. They actually are performing well,
Actually, a
right?
good team. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
actually doing what ED does. So if they get to playoffs, they can be a threat. 5-man ED is nothing to scoff at. So watch out for that
True.
team.
Hi.
Hi, hello.
Hey,
Sorry.
Tell us about them.
Uh,
Tell us
while
about
you're back, Destiny, how you feel
do it.
about Royals and ED?
Royals beat him. Edie beat him.
Oh,
No,
that-
no,
I-
no, no,
Alright, easy.
no.
Moving on.
But seriously, I think Royals have been kind of like not. I think Royals have been kind of relying too much on like their spam, and like their only melee they have is really Tambourine. Like
Mhm.
they have so much spam, but it's like, and I know Majin Vegeta does well, but you know maybe he could do well on like a hybrid build.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe.
like how people like say Gogeta and like other characters do. Like he definitely seems like that character that could work on a hybrid build,
Definitely.
especially since what's he gonna do after all his Blastox are gone and he's on Super Plus 2 key minus 1 with like no key.
That's
Hoping
what
he
you
hits
hope,
that two
right?
bar.
A home map with water, by the way.
That too.
Yeah.
Like
That doesn't have to help things, yes.
Yeah, that's the life they chose. Speaking of Fiora, how you feel about these teams?
Fiora, that's you.
So not gonna. Sorry, I was eating something.
Oh, it's all good.
So not gonna lie, for half a second I thought this was Namek versus Earth Defenders because look at all the green on Royals icons right there.
True.
You got Slug,
true.
Tambourine, Metacooler, who at a glance you could mistake for a Namekian, and you got Vegeta.
What green?
Oh yeah.
He's got like a metallic greenish blue. You can't tell me
Destiny's
that's not at least
colorblind.
green tinted.
Destiny's colorblind.
Yeah. It is very hard to see some stuff for me, but we can get that later. But go ahead.
As
Fiora.
I was saying, so going into the match, I thought that Royals would curb stomp because they've just been very strong overall. Meanwhile, Earth Defenders have been struggling, and because Earth Defenders just rarely ever change their builds, I understand the reasons for it, but still, like I thought that they would just kind of struggle throughout the season, just like okay, this just isn't a season for these builds. And Royals have been really strong, so I figured Royals would win. But no, Earth Defenders won by a pretty decent margin. Also, shoutouts to a really cool moment. I believe it was N Goku versus Majin Vegeta. It was A Goku versus Majin Vegeta. And then Vegeta fires his, a B2. I can't remember if it was the JoJo pose or Big Bang attack. And then the Goku wild sensed it and it immediately fired a Kamehameha at him.
Mm-hmm. Very clutch. There were a lot of cool moments this week, actually, especially in the later half of the matches. So I quite enjoyed watching this match. I want underdog teams to perform well, unless they're against my team. Then they can take a no. So congrats to Earth Defenders. Hope you keep picking up the wins. Royals, I hope you figure out these characters back again. Tam and Slug are both good, so hopefully they get back on the ball.
Mhm.
We have any more thoughts on this match? Are we ready to move on?
The war looking like a pretty nice option right now.
Deborah,
yeah.
Deborah,
Maybe.
he's the forbidden fruit.
Yeah.
Deborah is. Listen, I know you're not in the best spot, but come on. Deborah in a main season, nobody's struggled on the Royals as much as him,
Mhm.
even now.
I mean, hey.
So
I-
insane
you
how.
never know.
Yeah.
I mean, Slug's kind of riding that line, but I would still
I
keep
would
him in.
I'd get rid of Slug for Deborah personally, but that's just me.
I honestly I think both Slug and Tam have been riding that line. Tam's first week was good, but then he's just been falling off after.
I think it's fair.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
good to move
All
on?
right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to my favorite match of the week. Match number 5.
Right.
Bujins versus the Androids.
Mm.
Now, this match started off with 16 versus Buhan. Buhan kinda, it was closer than the stats made it look, in my opinion, but Buhan did beat 16. He did a little bit to Tapion. Tapion came in, did his little D2 thing, but the man of the hour, the doubters are shaking. Super perfect cell came through, did all of Evil Boo and Spoke basically. Made sure that when Super 17 came in, he had enough to do almost 50k to Majin Buu. What a team player. And made it so the androids are 7-2. And unfortunately now Bujins are at the bottom of North Guy. Uh
They're also
Donut,
at the
since
bottom of
you
the
were
league.
and at the bottom of the league as well.
True. Yeah.
Which is a
That's
crazy
a
thing to
cursed,
say.
dude. That's a cursed sentence. Boojins are the bottom of their division and the league.
That
They are
is
2
actually
and
insane.
7, yeah.
Yeah. That's wild.
Not to- As the
That
man
is
of the hour,
insane.
Donut,
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
us
Hi.
your thoughts, brother. What are you
Going into
thinking?
this match, I was extremely scared. In testing, we did a lot of 4v4s against the Bujins, and we would lose quite often. And that was mainly due to like Kid Buu just blowing up the planets, or Evil Buu just doing two insanely good V2s and just destroying us. Buhan would go off for some reason. Like it was just a bad time, right? So going into this match, I was pretty scared.
Mm,
During the match, I was even more scared. But I'm always scared during the match, so it doesn't really count,
I
does it?
remember, yeah.
So, um, but when you saw Super Perfect Cell come in, that really just kind of changed the game for us and really turned it around. We had some good tads going in to counteract their tagging game, um, which really helps, right? But I think just the ability for spam from Cell, which you don't really think of Cell as a spamming character, but he was really spamming. He went 7 for 7. And in
Yep,
fact,
on the
Androids
ball.
went 15 for 15 this on B2s this match. 100% 15 for 15, which I never seen, well, rarely see that sort of stat. Um, so obviously really good all-around performance. The main problems I think for Bujin what I faltered was with Evil Boo, just got spammed out. That's where you beat tank characters, right? Just spam out, don't let them heal, get in their face. That's all what Cell did. And Spopovich had a really nice like 10, 11k combo with a throw into a Mad Banquet. And after that, did basically nothing, which
Yeah,
is
their
really
defense
unfortunate.
-1. It's
Yeah,
a curse.
yeah, it's really unfortunate. Um, Obviously, um, he got up to max power, but he allowed Cell go into max power during that time, and Cell just utilized it better. So maybe that swings if another map bank goes off and able to get Cell low enough for Evil Boo to take him out. It's a lot of what ifs there. Um, but I was really happy with how we performed on this match. It's setting us up into a good spot going into the back half of the season, and we should be pretty confident to make it into playoffs. But obviously, South Korea is very competitive still, even at 7-2. So
It's
you
scary
can't,
for
yeah,
sure.
you can't just take the break, right? On a Bujin's other side here, a lot of things are just problems. Obviously, um, Buhan did great today. You'd love to see that a little back into form, sort of him. Fatboo's been carrying them for most of the season, in my opinion. And then
Mm-hmm.
Kid Buu can pop off, so that's way to be done. Maybe they fits him during the All Star break here, kind of tweak some builds, or whatever. But I think Spopovich and really Evil Boo just needs to find better matchups, or maybe just a different AI, or something has to change. Does say 2-7 Bujins bottom of the league does not sound like it should be a thing,
Right.
but here we are, right? Um, that's just a poor, unfortunate reality for them. So
So,
it may be a situation kind of like what we did last season as androids, kind of throw something at the wall and hope it works. Um,
hey, we were close last
we were
season.
close. It got us a win or two, so that's all you
Yeah.
need right now, right? Especially in North Kai, everyone's kind of having a off day.
Rough time, yeah.
Yeah.
Destiny, how you feeling about this match? These teams, man.
Super 17 is the true GOAT. Everyone's just putting him in the back.
True. Not wrong.
He's the closer, bro. He's
He is.
closer for a reason.
Yep.
The anchor.
He be the true GOAT.
The
Yep.
true EO user.
I
Fiora.
was still doubt Cell though.
Oh,
So doubting self.
you're
77K.
shaking, bro. You're shaking. He went elite. You're shaking.
I
bro.
don't know. I don't see the triple elites perfect Cell, dude.
In playoffs
I
with
remember
5 people,
I remember that. Yeah, he went what 1 in better season.
there
2
was more
back-to-back
time.
and
There's more people to do an elite.
failed. I'm not
That's
wrong. Yeah.
not insane.
I mean, but he also had a lot of like near elites, while Cell barely got elite on this form.
Hey, but
No,
90 damage it was. Yes, it was.
Fiora, what are your thoughts? These
He had enough with
haters,
Destiny.
bro.
He
These
had enough of it.
doubters, bro. These
Damn.
No,
doubters.
no, no,
bro.
no, no. I'm not letting you run away from this topic. Keep it going.
No, I got backed
these
up.
are-
Yeah.
Bro, these are straight doubters of super perfect cell. What more does this man have to do? The first time he's on a good AI, he goes elite. I don't think he's done less than 40k ever since he's been in.
I mean,
So it's just like,
interesting stat. We were talking about before the cast that before we swapped over to Picto AI for Super Perfect Cell, we were losing games, right? And since we swapped over, we have not lost a game.
we've not lost a game.
That's kind of wild. Now that could change if Cinema and Rugrats coming up,
Nah.
but time will tell on those.
He's just the GOAT, bro. He's
Mm-hmm.
just the GOAT.
And,
And
and
all
until,
you doubters.
until I see Super 17 on Savior, I will
You-
never.
no, no.
I will never
Bro, why don't
believe
you
you
try to
win
pick him
because
up
of
then,
anything.
bro?
This man said Super 17 on Savior so we can blow our own
Bro.
map up.
Exactly.
Half,
bro.
half your wins aren't even on your own map. Shut up.
Yeah, but
Well, I mean,
how
that's what
can I
happens
blow
when
it?
you win all the time. Half of them aren't going to be on your map.
Also, I would pick him up if I could.
Hey,
Yeah,
I know.
if we have him, yeah.
We'll give him to you. one
Honestly,
day.
I would. I want an Android. Why do you think I'm trying so hard to get Meta Cooler?
Hey, when we get rid of 19.
No.
especially-
Hello. This man
no.
said do a 19. Oh, Lord.
Super
Hey, one of
17 all
these
the way,
days.
man.
We'll get rid of them, both
Uh-huh.
of them.
Hog.
Now, Fiora, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna let you just avoid that topic. So
Wait, are you a doubter of Super Perfect Cell? Just curious.
Just throwing it out.
I'm kind of middle of the road regarding him. Just like I see him as a downgrade to Perfect Cell, just because like Perfect Cell is one of the best characters in the game kit wise.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, if he gets results, he gets results.
All right. A fence rider, but not a doubter. You may continue. Your thoughts.
So regarding this,
This man said
So,
IK on
regarding- So regarding this match, I figured that androids were going to win just because Budins have really been struggling this season. Like something in their lineup just hasn't been clicking.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, androids have been an insanely well-oiled machine, pun intended.
Beep boop.
But the match didn't start off that way. Buhan beat 16 by a decent margin, like I think about a bar and a half, if I'm not mistaken.
It was like a bar, but I understand.
And it really looked like Bujins were in a really solid position until Cell deleted Spopovich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
After that, they just really fell apart, which is a shame too, because like Fat Boo, he got that early tag. Evil Boo, I think he tagged
Ultimate?
too.
Yeah, early boo's tag, or early boo.
Early boo. Oh, that new
I
name?
mean, technically,
Yo,
Big Boo.
yeah. Yo, early, yo, Mothers, Early Boo. the
Yep.
Boo that Bibbidi initially created millions of years ago to be exactly the same as Kid Boo, but with a different name, so Boo doesn't get two Kid Boos. That's the
And
buff they need.
Yeah, it
he
is.
can be on Rugrats now because he was the first. He was the origin.
True. He was like, what, a
Yeah.
few days old when he was
Yeah,
blowing up the
yeah.
universe all those years ago?
And early Boo and Android 15, the short purple one, both on Rugrats. Let's go. We're just buffing up Rugrats. That's what
Yeah.
they need. All right. as much
But
as
in
I-
exchange, in exchange for that buff, they have to delete illegal tag from Goten. Like he just doesn't have an ultimate anymore. That's the price they have to pay.
Or
Lucas Paul.
or you can keep that ultimate. Gohan just never comes in.
Get rid of
And
him.
it's powered half because it doesn't have two people anymore.
Yes. Actually, technically it's a third because Goku's supposed to be in that ult as well. But we don't talk about it.
He's
Yeah,
there in
it's still
spirit.
cool.
Like, if you believe in the theory that Goku was just an illusion, then it really was just a brother Kamehameha.
True.
Yeah.
Well, who cares about the Broly movies?
Someone
The
does.
first one's good, and Super Broly is good, but Second
Yeah.
Coming and Bio Broly are terrible.
I started with Second Coming. I thought it was great.
I don't think I've
Oh,
seen
you
any
poor
of those.
child.
Uh,
You had no clue.
No, yes I did because I watched the first one immediately after, and I still thought the second one was better.
That's crazy.
That's a topic for another time.
That is a topic for later.
That's exactly why children aren't allowed to vote. That's the reason. That's the reason. Terrible taste.
Oh, no.
Anyway, can we move on to match 6 now?
We're talking movies.
I
Let's
love
go to match 6.
match 6. We got Dragon Ball GT Step into the Grand Tour versus Team Muskel. And this match actually went to Big GT, pulling it back.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something?
No, go on. Do your thing.
Okay. We got the shocker of the century, to my chagrin, because I love Dr. Gero. Grandpa Gohan did 50K. I don't know how, but he did it.
Did do it.
And Sid Shenron is dope and fighting his old muscle members from way back in season 1, back when it was the Wild West.
Season 2, actually, but still.
Was he not in season 1?
No, he wasn't. He was in seasons 2 and 3 before he got banned until they put him on the FA or the FA lineup, and now he's on GT.
Huh, I always thought he was in there. Oh, well, season 2, yeah, they were the OG crew.
Season 1 doesn't exist. It doesn't really count. Like, they didn't even have builds back then. AIs were really
they were using rotary
back
phones. They had payphones.
Also, let's not forget, everyone had Sirius and latent energy for some reason.
Old times, but
Strange times.
13 proving why at some point he might be called the better 17. I don't know. On a Super Plus 2 build? I don't know. 80K, doesn't lie. Fiora, since you were just talking, why don't you talk about these two teams? I feel like you have a lot of history with Muscle considering last year.
So this was the match that made me realize I'm basically just going to eat my words for all these matches, because I specifically said voting Muscle because GT didn't bench Gohan, and they don't.
That's what I thought.
Because Grandpa Gohan, he's been terrible until this week.
Yeah.
But now he decides to show up because I insulted him, I guess.
It's the Nom effect, my friend. I felt it. Say a character's bad, they go elite the next.
Look at these numbers. Who's number 2 on GT in this match? The old man.
The old man. He's
And not
doing
the
it.
old man. And not the old robot man. The old man from the early days before Goku was even a teenager.
The first
Oh,
old man.
The first one that Goku murdered. Yes.
Is it murder if you turn into a monster and can't control
Okay.
yourself?
Legally, we call it manslaughter, but he still go to jail.
Can you freeze a bear for killing people? Is that allowed in the legal system?
Or if you turn to an ape, I'll figure something out for you.
No. I'm just saying, do people arrest wild animals for killing people?
No, they usually put them down. So I don't think
Right.
it's what happens, don't I? I don't know what to tell you. R.I.P. my
So
man
we gotta kill
Harambe. He was
Goku?
just chilling. He didn't hurt anybody.
Man, he brought Harambe into this. Goddamn.
It's full. This match is full of
Nope.
apes. Okay, look at this.
Yep. Yeah, I see it.
Literally Super Saiyan 4.
Well, I don't think Goku went Super Saiyan 4, so the only
He could have. He chose not to.
so the only person on Team Don best opening that was a furry was Vegeta. But meanwhile,
Donna.
Team Movie Villains here.
True.
Honestly, just a really good showing, all things considered. Also, we got some weird jank this time, because at the very end of the match, 13 threw out, his SS Deadly Bomber at Goku, and somehow, even though he was like 5 feet away from him, Goku managed to punch 13 partway through the
yeah.
B2.
Yeah.
This is weird.
I don't
Like I
know
said,
what happened. I don't think any of us can explain that.
Just that nice DBZ League magic happening there for GT to get a little dub. Stay in the race. And Donut, I need you to save me. I
Want me
need
to?
you to talk. Need you to talk about Jiro and
Oh,
why
I need
he's.
to talk. I need to talk about Joe. Okay. Alright.
Mm-hmm,
So, Jiro, thankfully GT found out that he was a problem child and benched him, which is really nice.
Oh my god.
Good move in the right direction. Obviously got a dub off of it.
Oh.
Shout out to Grandpa Gohan, proving he's better than Jiro. And
Where are my Jiro stands at?
Get in.
that is my TED talk. Thank you for coming.
I feel like every time Donut gets asked that, he just pulls out a checklist and just starts checking off things about what to say about Jiro.
Yeah, I have a
It's
list.
really
That's
sad.
fine. I have a notepad for it. It's open.
It makes my stomach hurt to hear you talk bad about Jiro, honestly.
Well, he's the 10th best android in the league, so that is.
Oh my
Pick him
god.
up
He's
then.
better than 18. Oh my god,
Hell,
that's
what?
hard.
This man said 18.
That's-
This man said 18.
Destiny, I need your help. You're my Jiro stand, buddy. Pull up. What we got?
He's better than 19, only that.
Hates.
No, he's better than
Big
18.
doubts on that.
How are you gonna say I'm a Jiro stan when I literally say Grandpa Gohan's better than him?
Okay, I forgot. Oh, I'm surrounded by doubters, bro.
Also, Muscle.
Almost as if we've all played with him and he burned us for it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Also, Muscle is not team movie villain. There's Trunks and Raccoon right there.
I've
Kind
seen
of
them in
going,
movies.
right?
The
Well,
Trunks
majority
is
of the
human.
roster is movie villains, though. You got Garlic, Bojack, 13,
Yeah.
all movie villains.
Not gonna lie.
Broly is normally the guy, poster child of the team. And
Not
in fact,
gonna
I think
lie.
there was a point where it was just the movie villains because Trunks wasn't on the team and Raccoon was on Ginyu.
Not gonna lie, when I heard Team Movie Villains, and I spaced out for a second, I heard garlic, and I thought you just naming random spices. And I was very confused.
Paprika, the scariest of all.
Yeah.
Cinnamon,
I
the
went
most the weirdly effeminate one.
What? Dang.
The sad thing is, they're actual villains anyway.
Yeah.
I just want to say,
I never
oh my
saw
God,
Garlic Jr. arc. I can't tell you.
he's one of them. I want to say to all my Jiro stands out there, we will not take these doubters. I'm surrounded by sus people. I'm not the imposter. It's 3 of them. I'm the only crewmate.
Okay.
No,
Um,
that means we kill. That means you lose by default. So your
Yeah,
opinion is
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
If you're
I,
outnumbered by the
mm,
imposters, you lose. That's how Among Us works.
Yeah.
I'm
Choose your
venting.
analogy better.
I'm venting. I'm venting.
It's okay. Let it
I'm
out, man.
venting.
We're here for you.
Kick him out. Kick him out. He's kind of sus.
Get the button.
I'm moving on. I'm crying. Match 7.
Oh, Matt's I
Cinema.
love this one. This is a good one.
Team Redbox, Dying Industry versus Team Cold Kingdom.
I can't believe you just called my team Redbox.
And unfortunately,
The references,
Cinema takes the win because they were absorbed by Netflix.
That is. Netflix, baby. Shout out to Netflix.
Unfortunately, yeah, that's a big
Listen,
unfortunate.
I just had to hear Jero slander for more than 5 seconds. I'm in my feels.
Hey,
okay?
hey, you already got it back by calling me a Redbox.
Oh,
Listen, I had a lot of good memories at Redboxes, okay? A lot of
Oh no,
unreturned DVDs. I got
Oh.
games from Redbox, baby.
oh no, I watched a lot of movies via Redbox. Anyway, go on.
But yes, this actually is such a weird match.
it was.
I don't
It was an
even
odd
know.
match.
This is what we call South Kai supremacy, where it's just like a random event that happens in DBZ League where a whole Kai, aka South Kai, just wins a week just cause. Half the time, for no good reason. I mean, you see it. Zanga did 50k, GOAT Queen. Okay, he
True.
did more than Pasha. I don't
True.
know how Cold
And
Kingdom
Piper.
lost when you look at Frieza and Cooler, but then you look at Zarbon and King, and you're like, you guys are the best in the league at one point.
Hold on.
It's
Zalman was
just a
number 1
mess.
at one point. He was number 1.
You were
the
number one. It's just a mess.
What
And
happened?
then
But by the way,
Python-
fun fact. Because of this match, Zarbon's average went down by like 20%.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
absolutely insane.
yeah, but the GOAT Queen, Sangya, my queen,
Mhm.
ever rising. Her stock, her profile is rising. She's honestly more valuable than Tasha, but you didn't hear from me. Now,
and you want Valkyries back, I know. Anyway.
Destiny. Tell me why you love Broly so much, and yet he did 0 damage this week. Interesting.
You're literally asking that when we put him on the bench. Tell me why 17 is your beloved, but he did no damage this week. Tell me why.
17 has proven himself. Broly, he's done lately. I haven't seen him. Was he doing like a B-list horror movie or something? I don't know.
You know what? I'm going to Jiro slander again.
Just talk about your mess.
Out of nowhere because he's insulting cinema.
Yeah, that's how we do it on this cast.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we came into this match expecting to lose. Because we have never beaten Cold, and we almost lost by it because we had a 2-bar difference. But Gogeta, he got my back. He loves to tag apparently nowadays. Why couldn't you do it last season too? But
different time, new age.
And Gogeta honestly really beat Zarbon down, and as the kicker, he landed an ult. The rare Gogeta ult.
The rare Stardust Breaker, or whatever JoJo reference it is.
DBZ League.
Crusaders?
DBZ League.
We're going with Stardust Crusaders. And next season, change his ult to Stardust Crusaders. We gotta get all the JoJo references.
DBZ League is just becoming one major JoJo's reference. But no, yeah, this match, at least for me, was still a nail biter because I knew just how strong Cooler and King Gold can be, even if we took down Zarbon. I wasn't too worried about Mecha Frieza. Apparently, I should have been wrong, but considering that he did 8k the previous week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
And then Cooler coming in, proving my worries right. almost having a full stat sheet of just 6.
True. You got 666. You could have been 666. 666.
But yeah, we went into this match knowing Broly would not have been super useful here, except for probably like sponging maybe an ult. But yeah, what is it? Yeah, we fully expected Cooler to wipe the floor with us after if we even took Zarbon out. And considering King Cold was in the back, and talked to the coach after the match. Normally, the reason why he was in the back is normally he expected us to start Gogeta, and Gogeta has a favorable matchup against King Cold, which is not something I'm used to saying.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
You know, Fasha, did her damage, tagged at the very end, allowed Gogeta to get the win, Then Gaia, I mean, I will say this forevermore, I do hate her. And I know everyone in the league knows that.
You're
But-
hating the truth, bro.
I
That's
mean,
all you're doing.
I will admit she did well. I'm not saying I still don't like her. I can like
That's how Donut.
I cannot like a character that does well.
That's how Donut's gonna be when Jero goes elite. Doubters,
But
quivering.
no, yeah, she did pretty good. And then the defense -1, kind of biting her in the back and getting Frieza ulted, literally in the back.
It happens. Yep.
Pycon, disappointing. You disappoint me, man. There's a reason why your build might be changing soon.
Ooh.
Again for the 5th time this year.
That's good info. That's good info. Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Yo,
I did-
spoilers for week 10. Is that what I'm hearing?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey! I didn't say for Androids match. I said soon. I didn't say for
Oh,
Androids this match.
Soon TM.
Fiora.
Soon trademark.
What are you feeling about these two teams? Give a Derp pulse on this. What's going on?
So going to the match, I thought that Cold would have just clocked Team Morbing Time in the face, because Cold has just been kind of insane, and PyCon's been a bit of a disappointment this entire season, or at least for the most part. I can't remember every match. But no, Gogeta just took it to Zarbon, the #1 of the league.
Well,
And
Gogeta had just
from
seen
there
the
it was
Minions
just like-
movie, and he got inspired. So
No.
he did. He went in his suit and he saw the Minions movie, and he got inspired. So he did good. I seen him. I went with him. Me and the boys.
I hate you for that.
Let's go see why we went to go see Minions
Yeah,
ride.
because no. Facebook has ruined Minions for me.
Oh, bro, you gotta stay tapped in.
Also, I did not just get
No,
my team did not just get called Team Morbin Time.
Yes, they did.
Morbid time.
And then because of Gogeta just destroying Zarbon, I think he had like 2.5 bars by the time he killed him.
Yep.
Like Team
Actually,
Cold
no,
basically just had to play
he
catch up.
almost had 3 full bars, but he health pushed back when Cooler came in.
Okay. So because of that, Team Cold basically had to play catch up for a good chunk of the match, which Cooler surprisingly did very, very fast.
Yeah.
And throughout the rest of the match, it was kind of even until Zagia just destroyed King Cold. Although props to Mecha Frieza for lasting as long as he did, because with that sort of volatile ult spam build with no healing, it's just very difficult to come back when you're behind. Hercule.
I'm pretty sure he was not on an ult spamming build this week, actually.
Did he have KSA?
Nope.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
he did ult, but it wasn't for ult spam.
Hmm. So, Team Marvel Cinematic Universe, great job, all things considered.
Nice. I was gonna call them the
Just,
DC.
Did he see you? Yeah.
If they lost, they would be the DCEU.
Yeah. Yeah. I got you.
I see.
All I'm hearing is
Donut.
slander.
Talk about our eternal rivals right next to Muscle. Cold Kingdom. What we gotta say about them?
Um. Well, not a whole lot in terms of like problems. I think King Cold and Zarbon just had off matches. I don't think this will be a consistent thing for them. And Kula and Mecha Frieza is a really good boon for them, knowing that he can do his thing and can throw out the ults consistently and can, stay in the face and actually dish out the damage he needs to do. That's really a big boon for them, right? If they can just get the other ones to not kind of shit the bed, if they can just do 10,000 more damage, they probably win this match, right?
Yeah.
So that's really good in that department. It's just a matter of making sure they have the right matchups to actually, pop off as they need to. Kula's always gonna be a problem for everyone. He's just really scary. Damage he bursts out is insane. He has the supernova. He has all the stuff you love to see. And I don't even think they have him on a super build anyway. I think he's a melee. So it's like, yikes, right? He's doing that damage with melee build.
He's their melee character.
Yeah. So really
He's a
good.
little tough cookie.
Really strong lineup from them. Didn't work out this week, but Cinema's not an easy opponent by any means, so it's okay. Obviously the Hell map does impact B2s a lot, which Whole Kingdom is known for the B2s or the ults, so that could have been a slight problem. I don't know how much of it mattered, but it could have been blocking 1 or 2 B2s, which could be the big difference. But going forward, I don't expect them to have many issues, many roadblocks into playoffs. They should be safely into playoffs in my opinion, and should do a lot of damage when they're there. Now on Simma's side, I am scared as hell for them. They're going to destroy us in week 10.
They will not
I am
stop gassing them up.
so scared.
They're bringing in Broly. We're
Listen,
good.
If you win, you get the honor of turning them into Michael Bay's Transformers.
True. But
Bro, they're gonna be Michael Bay's TMNT, bro.
I like how Anthony is over here is like, oh, it has to be like bringing in Broly. I'm like, yeah, Broly like destroyed us when he was on Must like for 5-10 straight seasons.
Bro, Broly is so stop. Their
Broly's
first bait was
Broly-
bringing in
Talk
Broly,
about
and
this when we talk about the predictions.
all right,
Let's
we'll
move
do
on.
it, we'll
We
do
are
it.
super
Mac-
off topic here.
let's go.
Oh, actually, I have one more thing to say.
Yeah.
First time in 3 seasons, my team is beaten cold.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Big dub.
proud of you.
Big dub.
Good
Alright.
luck to both these teams. We love both of them.
Yes.
Match 8. Namek versus Kaiju. The battle of the bands in DBZ. And Kaiju was on top. Namekians taking that same Royals direction, in my opinion. Strong at the start, but kind of falling off near the end. That early Piccolo pickup did not help. Also, the fact that they didn't bench late Piccolo until this match, so they still have 2 more benches to figure out by week 15. Might not help them that much. Yeah, this is classic Kaiju, being strong monkey boys. And, the Namekians, they're going to have to hope that Nail and Nuova can kind of pick up the slack and hold the ship. And right now, they're doing their man, which is good, but someone's going to need to pop off while late Piccolo's gone. Destiny, what are you feeling about these teams, especially since Kaiju's in your division?
I'm gonna start with Namek first. Namek just kind of turned the unfortunate way of their coach didn't want to bench their best character until very late and it bite them in the ass. For Kaiju, this was without Nappa, who I think right now is their best character in terms of stats. No, I think it's I think it's Bardock actually.
No, Nappa's like number 3.
I'll fact check this.
He has 59k. I'm telling you, he's better
Yeah,
than
not bad.
Bardock.
Yes.
Okay, and well, wait, actually, don't they have 2 in the top 10? Nappa and Bardock.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's up there too.
Bardock is number 5. So they have 2 in
Yeah,
top
he's
5.
up there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Hey. Alright, pop off.
So, yeah, pretty scary, and I think it just kind of, you can see the hope die in Namek's eyes when you see 10k 2-bar V2s coming out from Adult Gohan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's
Especially on your two other best characters if Late Piccolo's out, being Nuova and Nail.
hey, not bad at all, but yeah, it is kind of scary when only those two are working. Donut, what are
I
your thoughts, brother?
I am scared for Namek. I'm completely scared for Namek. They started off the season 3-0 and they're now 4-5, which is not a good trajectory at all, obviously.
Mm-mm.
And if they had to bench LP or they pick low 2 more times, you can sort of see where they're gonna slot those benches in, which makes them very predictable. Because the next matchup is Red Rats, right? Which is scary. It's on Red Rats' home map. Then they have Budokai, who just saw an 18 build, who did very well. So that's consistent build there for 18. That could prove
Mhm.
troublesome without Late Piccolo.
They can definitely be worse than where they are right now. That's for sure.
And that's Budokai home map as well. Then they have GT Divisional at GT. GT's been on the up and up, right? From what 0-6 to 3-6, something like that. They're doing great now. And that point, you have Sentai after that. That's also could be problematic with Jiren and Saiyaman and all that, as we discussed earlier. So you're looking at these upcoming matches, you're saying, where does Namek pick up these wins confidently? And that's not easy to find right now. And kind of makes you worry, right? Especially in a tight conference like East Tie is, all teams one win apart from each other, basically.
Yeah.
Not very good. Now on the other side, you have Taiju. And Taiju is sitting pretty damn well right now. They are looking pretty solid. As a team in the division, not so much. The division's still very tightly contested. That's self-track. But they're a very solid lineup. All the characters are really hitting hard. They're gonna be a menace to deal with. No question about that. They're gonna be problematic.
I feel that. Fiora, you got any thoughts on this match?
So the last time I was on the cast this season, I mentioned how Namek is a very top-heavy team. You got
Mhm.
you got N Piccolo, you got Nil at the tippity top. The hard carries. You have like King Piccolo, who's just kind of average across the board, and then you have early Piccolo, who's been. Okay, I'm not gonna shit on him too much because like half his matches he gets deleted. I don't think that's fair to hold against him.
Bad. Bad boy.
But Nail, like, just not really all that good historically, And because Oasis, this is a pattern I've noticed with him. He loves to save late Piccolo's benches for the very end of the season, which, if you ask me, is a very bad plan because if you're low on wins, and now you gotta bench your best guy for half your remaining matches.
Yeah,
That's a very bad situation to be in.
true.
Mhm.
Again, it
And
kind of
that sort of bench plan can really screw you over.
And it kind of like every season, I feel it's the same sort of storyline with these two teams. Where Namek has a very hot start. I think we're like what 6-0 one season, and they barely squeaked into playoffs.
2020.
Yeah, or
Yep.
fell off out of playoffs, one of the two, right? And that was such an insane drop off. And same thing here, 3-0 to now 4-5. And Kaiju has always just been like under the radar team. Like they're good, but then like they're not like androids or hybrids or like those type teams right now, right? But they're still very strong, but no one talks about them type thing. And once again, that same storyline just kind of plays out here. So that could be due to coaching style or due to characters, builds, just how they work, right? In terms of like benches or build conflicts, have forcing a bench or whatever. But
Mhm.
very interesting to see how those narratives kind of repeat itself season after season.
It will be interesting. Does anyone else have anything you want to add to this match, or do we get everything out there?
No, I got everything out there.
I find it kind of funny that Gohan is an FA on a team of all Saiyans, but none of them are his father. But one of them is his grandfather.
Hell yeah.
And the other, and I think like 3 of them tried to kill him.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Turles, Nappa. Yeah, they've all deliberately tried to murder him. That's crazy.
That's kind of wild.
Except
You know,
Bardock.
given the opportunity though, Bardock probably would try to kill Gohan.
Probably. Hey, Xenoverse 3. Check it out.
Can't wait.
Let's move on to these hot power rankings, okay? Because I
Yeah, yeah,
love these.
we do.
Because
I'm a big fan.
right at the top, you see my man, Super Perfect Cell with his boys. That's what he calls them. You know, Teen 13, the usual suspects. Saiyaman, you know. The interesting part about these power rankings, though, is the three kings: and Vegeta, Gogeta, and Grandpa Gohan. The real all stars.
Hmm.
That's the fusion that made Gogeta, didn't you know?
Really now. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. Wow, I'm learning stuff today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's strong. You gotta be equals to be able to fuse.
Also, you love to see Super 17 and 18 next to each other. That's
Yep.
funny.
That's family. Yep.
Krillin and Tien, family. For Vegeta and Sword Trunks, family. Goten and Kid Trunk. There's a lot of cool things here. That's cute. Tier list makes me smile.
Yeah.
And we got the
Funny
the
thing
power.
about this actually, because I put these together alphabetically, I just go to the top of my document because the document I have is ordered like alphabetized by team name. So
Mhm.
androids, yada yada. The funny thing is, you see the orange tier. Notice how it stops at Sword Trunks hybrids. So it's like, oh wow, there's a lot of people in this tier. This thing's gonna be packed. But then once I thought that, I put up Trunks there, and then no one else went there. And then the purple tier, the 25 to 30k tier, went from empty to full.
Mm-hmm. A lot of rough performances, Unfortunate. Bardock being one of them.
Believe it or not, in terms of the high and low ends, this is one of the closest weeks this entire season.
Yeah.
Because like the low end has been like 15ish k, whereas the high end has been 80k.
Interesting. All
So
right.
believe it or not, this is one of our closest weeks all season in multiple
I
ways.
believe that actually. I
Yeah.
believe that. There was only
No.
one stomp this
Yeah,
week,
we've
so.
got a lot of stomps this season. So.
There were two stomps, and they were both right at the start.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really count that. All the characters came out,
Yeah.
Still didn't even do any damage to future Gohan. I count that as a stop.
That's fair. That's fair. Then we got the power rankings. We loving those. Androids, unfortunately, second until hybrids actually take a L. Where's Derp?
No.
Derp's Derp's down there, and Cinema is a little above them. Do you guys agree with your power rankings, or do you think they're misrepresenting your actual power?
Considering my record versus a lot of these teams, yes.
So you think you're better than GT, Namek, ED Royals, Kaiju, Cold, Rugrats? I'm guessing, and Sentai.
Not Rugrats. It ends at Rugrats.
Okay.
Okay, you're better than Cold.
They just beat him. So.
We did.
Alright.
We did
As
just.
my team
We
is
did just beat them.
What about you, Derp? Do you think you're represented fairly?
I'm surprised my team's as high as it is. Because I look at
Really?
muscle, I'm thinking, how am I ranked above you?
And then you
We're
look at
on North
Fuji's and
Side.
RW. Like what? Who
Yeah,
would have
it's
thought of
on
those
North
two?
Side except ED.
Like, I lost RW. How are they at the bottom?
They keep losing. I don't know.
Keep
And I
taking
lost the
out,
Booges
bro.
at the start of the season. How am I above them? What is this?
Well, now that we looked at the power rankings and the tier list, I think we have a very special announcement to show the people. We got All Stars labeled the number next to them to like how many votes they got. So Zarbon being one, he got the most votes, right?
Yes.
Videl propaganda in full effect, Communist Party ain't got nothing on them in terms of propaganda.
And
The
what?
Vidal was strong in the Discord. You know, Jiren in there, baby, you love it.
Yeah.
Birder,
Yeah, I didn't listen. I didn't vote for Vidal because I was buying the propaganda. I voted for her because I was voting for all the dark horses that were candidates.
Fair enough.
I just wanted people who weren't in, and I count Vidal as being in, but that's okay. We
Uh-huh.
have Big Nappa and at the back, my boy, 17, the first ever Android rep ever.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. He's the first one.
in All Stars. I guess you count Rayleigh, but
Yeah. Do we actually count it?
No, we gotta count Aurelia. She is an android. She is a
yeah,
robot.
but she's not. She's not
17,
on our.
17's not even. Listen,
But-
17's not even an android. He's a cyborg.
She's on like the island of misfit toys. She's on like. She's not our. She's. There's no adult supervision there. She doesn't count.
She's a full-on robot. That's an android by definition.
I don't count Children of the Corn people, or I don't count them. Okay, they're a bunch of children.
I can name every single one here that I voted for.
Same.
I
All
can
my
as
votes
well.
were in.
Same.
I voted for Zarbon, King
Oh,
Vegeta, and
well,
Cooler.
damn
Those
it.
were the only three I voted for that made it.
Nice.
I
I
vote-
voted for 17, obviously. I voted
Mhm.
for Vidal, Zarbon. I voted for Kula and Butter.
Yes, sir. I had 17, Cooler, Nappa, 17 Cooler, Nappa, Baby, and Mr. Kid Trunks there. That was biased.
Fair enough.
I voted Burner, Zarbon, Vidal, King Vegeta, and I voted Sandman, who got robbed, by the way. He had the 11th most votes.
Sandman was just outside of it.
Yeah,
I wish he was in.
I didn't vote for Birder because he was already in last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
He's,
neither.
he's my favorite of the Sentai one, so that's why I voted for him.
I think I also
Okay.
voted for Baby. I just can't remember.
Baby was nice to see.
Yeah, Baby Jane is nice.
Also, another Androids rep. You can't say
He's
17's
gonna
your
be
first
on our
one.
team, bro.
One day.
I
One day
get
we'll be on
all liquid metal. It's not really an android.
If it counts for the
He-
team, yes.
As Cell's an android, he's 100% an android.
Mhm.
He's the same thing as Cell.
By the way, I want to point. I want to question that. By the way, what the fuck is a fully biomechanical android or cyborg, whatever the hell Cell is? What even is that?
He's like more. He's more
He's more organic.
real than
Than-
17. He's more organic than 17 and 18. In my eyes, 17 and 18 are just like Jiro at a certain point. Like they're a little more than just a brain, but like they're basically just a brain. Whereas like Cell is like actually has muscle. Like if you touch
I don't
17
know.
and 18,
Considering 18 had a kid, I'd say she's a bit more
oh,
flesh and blood than Jiro.
but like if you touch 18 or 17 in my mind, they're like cold. You touch Cell, he's like a real person.
Listen. Androids is just a dumb dubism that's stuck for the past 30 years. You want to call them Japan?
I mean,
Cyborgs,
listen,
because that's
it's
what they
same
are.
principle. Same principle. Even if they're cyborgs, I see them as more robotic than Cell or Baby. When I think of them, I think they're like flesh. 17, 18 aren't flesh. They're just like metal. That's just how I
Just be wrong.
That's just how I see it. You know, maybe they're fucking. I don't know. It's Toriyama. Who knows?
True.
But I want to move on to my favorite part of the cast.
The last part of the cast.
Predictions. Are we ready, boys? To get it spicy.
Hell yeah.
No abstaining in my court.
Yes,
now,
we can completely abstain. We have our staff
If you
member.
want to be a coward,
We have our staff member for Capsule Cast here. If I can't abstain, I will complain.
Okay.
I'll write a
Um,
formal
Donut?
complaint.
don't let
Yeah,
these
we
cowards.
need voter unions. They can't make us vote.
You think this is a union? Never mind. No. Cole.
We do have to
Hmm?
note that these matches will not be played this week because of the All-Star events going on.
They will be
as
played
well as
in.
some side events.
They will be played in 3 weeks.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
he's
gonna
on a
be
little bit
while.
out of the way, but
Hey, we get our
Yep.
votes in early.
Yes,
True.
I'm grateful for the 2-week break, to be
Yep.
frank.
it is nice. Yes, it is.
Oh,
Think a lot of
I'm
people.
I'm grateful for it.
All right. Cold versus hybrids. I'm gonna go
Reina.
cold, and I think it's because hybrids are gonna have Namen, and cold will have regular Frieza in, and that's really good. So I think cold is gonna take the big dub on this one. Donut, how you thinking?
Ooh, don't tell me that. Went to me too soon. Hold up. Um. So do we go with the team with no elites or the team with 3 elites? Um.
Mm,
That's another question. It's at cold. That's interesting. Um. Wow, this is a really big toss-up. Ah, God. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say cold. I'm gonna say cold. I think the best will be able to take out at least one of Tina Ultimate, and that'll help out a lot.
interesting. All right. Destiny.
Hmm?
What do you got, my man?
Hybrids.
That's fair.
All right, just hybrid.
Just because hybrids have been kind of really powerful, and Cold recently have been falling off. Like, it would be
Yes.
nice for Cold to end their win streak and end hybrids like win streak, but like it's just been like very hybrids dominant season. So
Definitely.
Mm. Fiora, round us out. Who you got?
You guys think Cold's got this? Hybrids have just been absolutely bonkers because even if like Ultimate Gohan or Teen Gohan's in, or if they're the bench this week or 3 weeks from now, you know what I mean. Even if one of them's out, you still have 2 elite characters on the roster. They're in one team. It's a no-brainer to me.
Interesting. Okay. We're tied up then, I guess. 2-2, right? Cold hybrids. Gonna be a fun one. Next up, we got Resurrected Warriors versus Royals. I'm gonna. mm,
Who's coming in?
RW has Maju coming in, and Royals
AV.
has. Bait. Okay, yeah, King Vegeta. You know what? I'm
Ooh.
gonna say W. As
Ooh.
weird as that sounds, I think as these teams are both in flux right now, so
Yeah.
honestly, it's go either way. So I'm just gonna throw an RW just because I think Majub is good and he can
Yeah.
do well.
I feel that.
Let's go back the opposite way. Fiora, what are you thinking, man?
Yeah, like you said, both these teams are kind of in a bit of a rough spot recently, so it's hard to say. I honestly, I'll give it to RW. I think that just like King V has to be in, and if Slug's not the bench, they'll have two giants. And in terms of kit, I feel like RW matches up better than most teams against giants. I'm pretty sure Majub just breaks Power Body innately, and they don't have many rush B2s.
That's true. Ader's pretty good. His B2s can hurt a giant. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Def-
Because of just how both these teams are kind of struggling recently, I could see it go either way. I'm just like 51-49 in favor of Royals.
It's a
RW.
All right, Destiny. Who you got, man?
So not to knock RW, but I think Royals is just the better put together team. RW has like times where their characters like pop off, but most of the time they've been struggling against a team even similar to Royals.
All right.
Gotcha.
And Donut, let's get your opinion on this.
I'm gonna go with Royals. I'm fairly confident in the pick outs. I think Royals will be able to bounce back from last week and kind of like shut up the doubters.
Nice. Hopefully the doubters start shaking. 2-2. A lot of ties so far. This is gonna be a good one too. If not for anything, just to see, which one will bounce back.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Bujins versus Budokai, and I'm I think I'm crazy. And I never thought I'd say this, but Budokai will probably beat Bujin.
Wow,
That's-
what a vote.
I know, bro. Listen,
What kind
their
of world is this?
Cyborg Tao is coming back in, which isn't the best, but Kid Buu has been kind of off this season. One ult this whole season is
Yeah,
insane,
for a character who has Savior, right?
right? Like it's just
Right.
weird. Destiny, who you got, man?
I'm gonna say Bujins. Get off that. We can get off that losing streak. I believe in the power.
Sure.
You got something spicy coming up there. I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think this is kind of around the time where Budokai has to bench like one of their better members.
True, they do.
Who do they have coming in? Do we know?
Uh,
Budokai?
Bujins
Yeah.
have Kid
Yes,
Buu.
Cyborg Tao and Kid
Boo-
Buu.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So Donut, who you got
Yeah,
then, knowing this
um,
information?
I really want to say Bujins. I really do. But just how the season is gone, I can't. And with 18 having a build that seems very solid, that's kind of scary, right? Because she's gonna be doing what Kids Boo's supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm leading Budokai on this one. Weirdly enough, I'm with you.
All right, Fiora.
That makes three of us. I can't believe I'm saying it, but
Wow.
Bujins, get your act together.
That made the people
I don't
believe.
know what's been going on. Maybe Bobity's been draining them of their energy or something.
That's it,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Slander
Has
is
to
too
be.
much.
Bujins just something has to change.
All right, we got
Budokai.
3-1. Budokai.
I don't think.
I just gotta give it to you.
I don't think it's more Bobity's slander. I just think they don't like the character.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, some sacrifices, right? How
Yeah,
much you
so
want to give up?
Sacrifice a slot on 17's build.
Oh, we'll see.
If sacrifices have to be made.
No, we're not losing, so we'll see though. Rugrats versus Namek. Love my little tykes. We're gonna go Rugrats. Both these teams lost, but I think Rugrats is in better shape. Blade Piccolo's coming back in for Namek though.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rugrats, they do have to bench somebody.
Who's coming
And
in for
so
them?
Junior is coming
Cell
back
Junior.
in.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
That's an ouch.
You know what? I'm sticking to my guns. I'll say Rugrats, but I wouldn't be surprised if Namek won. Donut, who you got?
See, I was on board with the Rugrats hype train, and then you said Cell Junior's coming in, and then late Piccolo does
God.
that, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Namek on this one. I think Blake Piccolo is the key to winning for Namek. He's in. There's a chance. I'm giving them the chance. Go Namek.
That's fair. Fiora, who you got?
Looking at their benches, early Piccolo's the only character other than late Piccolo that hasn't been benched twice. So I think they're going to bench early Piccolo, and he is by far their weakest link. Meanwhile, Rugrats are going to have to bench somebody strong because they had their best lineup in this week. So I'm going to give it to Namek.
All right. Destiny.
Namek. For the exact same reason Fiora did just said.
3-1 Namek. I'll hold you down, Rugrats. But, good luck to both teams. Next up, the most important match, the first divisional. Androids versus Cinema. Now, obviously, since both of us are here, we're not going to reveal, anything crazy like boosts or builds.
Yeah. Boost will be used for sure.
They both will be used. Cinema has Broly coming in. We have 17 coming in.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm voting for Androids.
Mhm.
I think we should start off with the biased view. So, Donut and Destiny, why don't you get your votes off first?
I'll go with Androids on this one. Weirdly enough, I think with 17 in, they'll have a chance. Maybe a slight chance.
If I will accept no loss, but to my boy Savior Super 17. So I'm going with my own team.
Okay.
Well, the weird thing is we put Savior on him just for this one match.
Then
Just
I
for
will.
the
Then
sake.
I will accept that loss fair and square.
Now,
Hey, and by the way, hold me to it. I will accept that loss fair and square if you do it.
yeah.
Okay.
No,
Bet.
Fiora, unbiased. Who you got?
I gotta give it. Well, I don't think it's possible to be unbiased, being all up your ass about it. But I gotta give it to androids. South Kai, everyone's been really strong, but I just feel like androids have just had the edge over cinema across the season. So I just gotta give it to them, and we can expect both teams to bring in their whatever they view to be their strongest lineups. Unless it's a Derp versus Hybrid situation, and one team thinks, I'll just take the loss.
Yeah.
True. All right, 3-1 androids. Good luck, Destiny. We'll see you on the
Good
battlefield.
luck. We'll see you in a few weeks.
All right.
I,
Next
I,
up, we
I
got.
better be seeing Savior.
You will. You will see Savior.
Hey, if Team Disney Channel wins, props.
Props.
Chops. Let's go.
We
All
got
right. You know what? Oh, hold on. Before that, I will accept any other name, but we're not Disney Channel here. We're far from the Disney Channel.
What was this Disney Channel versus Radio Shack? Is that what's going
You
on?
guys are Team True TV. That's what you guys are.
Fair TV.
No. We're Team
Okay,
Disney
you could be
Plus.
Team Boomerang.
No, we're Team Disney
Cartoon
Plus.
I know you don't want to be Fox News.
We're movies, not TV shows.
Okay. Your Team Hallmark, because they make the movies.
Okay. Anyway, move on.
All right.
Team Direct to DVD, then.
There you go.
GT versus ED. I love both these teams, but I'm gonna have to go GT. I kind of want them to make the playoffs, so I have to vote GT, and I'm gonna vote them. Fiora, who you thinking?
See, I'm gonna vote GT. Not like you, because I want them to win, but because I just feel like they're gonna win. Wait, who's coming in?
Yeah.
GT has Baby coming in.
Mid Vegeta for Edie.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. GT.
We have Baby
yeah,
and we have the two Vegetas that aren't
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 4.
Yeah, with that in, that just really solidifies it, because Vegeta's just been middle of the road, maybe even Earth Defender's weakest link. Meanwhile, Baby's consistently like GT's #1 or #2.
Funny enough, actually, that is wrong for Edie. Tien's been their weakest link. He's currently the lowest one in stats. But to be fair, their stats are not in, but that's just based on recent.
Yeah.
True. Now, Destiny, who do you got?
I have GT.
Okay.
I just think, Edie, specifically with people like, because the Gokus can just flip-flop, and they have so many times, and for some reason the coach keeps thinking that Vegeta is on Dragon Power, yet he's never been on Dragon Power this season. So... yeah.
Old habits die hard.
Yeah.
Donut, who do you got?
Do I go with my head or my heart here?
Oh,
My head says ED, my heart says GT, and I think I'm gonna go with GT. Just because they did me a solid with not having Joan. That's the only thing. So,
That's it.
You know,
Yeah.
fair reasoning. Fair reasoning.
fair reasoning.
Alright.
That's it. But no, I do think Baby coming in is a really big boon for them. Yes, that is a huge boon. So
sounds like we're all in on GT. Good luck, GT.
Mhm.
Sorry, ED. Even if you do win, I'm not gonna be mad.
Watch
Man.
ED stomps GT or with 2 people.
That would be fun. Messed up.
But
Let's
still
go.
funny.
Let's
It's like,
go.
yeah, people on the cast all predicted GT. Nah, they were wrong.
I mean, to be fair, I think most of us voted Royals last time in ED1, so...
Yeah,
that is.
I think I picked ED, but I can't remember. Anyway, we got Muscle versus a Derp. let's see. Derp has
This is a
Hurt
tough
coming
call.
Yeah.
in, and Muscle has actually Bojack.
Jack.
I'm gonna give it to her. I'm gonna give it to Derp. I said Herc, but it's the same thing.
Just
Derp.
Hercule, yeah. Just Hercule.
Team Hercule. I'm giving it to him. Let's get the bias out of the way first. So Fiora.
I can't say.
Hmm.
Because Herc and Bojack are some of the stronger members of both teams, and we know they're coming in.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't even,
But
like, as of now, I don't even know who I want to bench. To be frank, I don't even want to think about this match until after the All-Star stuff is done.
that's fair. I'll say this though. Theoretically, they could bench one of 13 in Trunks, and I think that gives you a nice little edge.
Yeah. Really just depends on how things go, though.
So are you who you
Or
voting
just,
for?
like,
Yourself?
Neither. I don't know who I'm voting for.
I'll
I'm so indecisive on this match.
Alright. Donut.
Hi. For this one, I'm gonna go with Derp. I'm gonna go with Derp.
Okay.
Let's do it. I believe.
Destiny.
Go with Derp.
Hey, we all believe in you, Fiora, even if you don't know. 3-0 Derp. Sentai versus Kaiju. The final match in the last divisional. How fortuitous. I...
Kaiju the home map.
No. Sentai. Kaiju's bringing in Nappa. They're probably going to bench Scouter, if I had to guess.
Maybe.
Sentai's bringing in...
Yes, I would expect Turles to be the bench.
Maybe. It depends. Sentai's bringing in Birder? I might give it to Kaiju, actually. I don't mind who wins either way, but I actually might give it to Kaiju. I think Adult Gohan, if he's in, he's kind of too legit to quit. So, you know, he might just take this out. Destiny. Who you got?
Well, since Kaiju is not going to be on their home map for potential apes, except Scouter, I'm going to say Kaiju, because I'm pretty sure they're going to want Adult Gohan in on this match. But, and also because, like, who is Sentai benching? They already have Jiren confirmed in. Birder is confirmed in.
Yep.
So who else is going to be on the
Bench
bench?
Jace.
Probably Jace.
I think it's either going to
Like,
be.
he's been their weakest link, so he's a safe bet.
I mean, I feel like they might want to bench Tao, actually, because, yeah, you say Jace has been their weak link, but Jace, when he's been in, has been doing well, except for this last week, which was cleanup versus N Vegeta.
Well, he died, so I wouldn't really count that as cleanup.
I mean, it was basically clean. In my eyes.
But
it's also versus N Vegeta, who's, like, just a better spammer than Jace.
Alright. Fiora, who you got?
Honestly, I want to give it to Sentai.
Okay.
Because just Jiren has been insane, Saiyaman has been insane, Burr has been insane. Just their big three of Sentai have all just been insane this season. And don't get me wrong, I am not saying this is a stop, because South Kai supremacy, that's the way this season's going.
Yep.
It's just, I feel like, especially since, say, a woman's not in the lineup, like, any potential ape matchups aren't too bad for them. And even then, like, at most, two other characters on Kaiju can go ape, because, like, Turles can also go ape on his own. But even then, he might not be in. Because I think he's been one of their weakest links this season.
Yeah. All right, Donut. Let's wrap this up.
Um, I'm leaning towards Kaiju. I can see both sides. 'Cause both sides just bust each other down, like Jiren um and
Mm-hmm.
Sandman's damage output, and then you also have like Bardock and Adult Gohan, right? I think Kaiju will take this in like a very close 2-bar win. It'll be close.
All right. Seems like the cast thinks Kaiju can go, but honestly, wouldn't be surprised if either one won. And with that, I think it's time we wrap up this capsule cast.
Oh. By the way, speaking of Birder, he just got drafted in All Stars.
He did.
He did. Good for him. Watch All Stars in 2 weeks from now.
I believe
And
Yes.
make sure that
Yeah,
you guys.
2 weeks from
Hang-
now, we got the All Stars and a certain other event.
Oh,
That you have to join the Discord.
Join the
Find out.
Discord.
We're not revealing everything here.
Join the Discord. Check out our TikTok. We got some hot videos.
Also, look forward to next week where we have some. We gotta clean up some crops.
Yeah, the sweeper games are
someone's
coming
doing
back,
some
but
driving.
they're changed, and you'll find that out next week.
Yes, sir. And if you want to join some teams, hit up the Discord, add yourself to a team. It's pretty lit, I'm not gonna lie. Make sure to comment down below some feedback or just to, shoot the shit. We're cool. And we'll see you guys next time. I've been your host Anthony. It's been my co-host Destiny.
See you.
My other co-host and coach of Androids Donut.
see ya.
And our special guest Fiora.
See you around.
Alright, bye guys.
Bye.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Ah.